Today, we're here with Carrie Johnson from Approved Mortgage. We're going to talk a little bit about the pre-approval process. We've had some customers ask us, us being a real estate agent, this question comes up quite a bit. So I'm going to let Carrie talk and introduce yourself to you, and then I've got some questions for you.
Hi, my name again is Carrie Johnston. I'm with Approved Mortgage. We're a great company. We work with over 50 different wholesale banks. So the first process is to get a pre-approval from someone like myself to know that you're good to go as far as financing once you start looking at some homes. So that would be the first process.
Okay, well let me ask you, I first come into your office and I want a pre-approval. What kind of information do you need me to bring to you to start the pre-approval process?
Well, first of all, it takes about a 10-minute phone call. So it's typically a phone call where I'd gather all your information. I'd be able to pre-approve you on the phone at that point and just pull your credit. I need your 2-year employment history as well as 2-year residency history, and then be able to, at that time, have you come in for the application. I'd need for you to bring the last 2 years of your W-2s and tax returns, a month's worth of your pay stubs, the most recent, and 2 months of bank statements. So typically I'll ask for those once you have gotten a little bit further on down and located a house.
Okay, and what do you do as far as, I'm self-employed, I don't have pay stubs or anything to bring in. What do you need from me then? Is it the income balance statement?
Well, the 2-year tax returns that I asked earlier, 2 years of W-2s as well as 2 years tax returns. The 2 years tax returns would cover for someone that is self-employed. So we'd ask for a self-employed, and if it's further around about mid-year, we'd ask for maybe what is called a profit and loss statement, and the client can prepare that themselves.
Okay.
And they would just sign it.
Now they talked about something on pre-approvals that they kind of mentioned called a debt to income ratio or something of that nature. Now I know they're different between conventional mortgages and FHA mortgages and stuff. Can you kind of explain what a debt to income ratio is?
Sure. I'm happy to. There's what is called a housing debt ratio, which tells us with your gross income, and we go off of your gross income, by the way, with your gross income, your debt ratio in the housing section would be a certain percentage of your income. So typically you want to see around 38% as a household income, and then we go off of total liabilities, which means I pulled your credit and your overall debt, your car payments, your credit cards, your student loans. Those may end up running 50% of your debt ratio. So including your mortgage payment, your new mortgage payment, as well as what you have going on already liability-wise, typically we want to see your debt ratio around 50%.
Okay. Would it be advantageous to us, let's say we have credit card balances that we carry and stuff of that nature, would it be advantageous for us to pay off our credit cards before we did the pre-approval?
Not necessarily. I would say that first initial phone call that I said would take about 10-15 minutes, I should be able to at that time educate you if that would be in the positive, because sometimes paying off and closing out credit cards can hurt a credit score. As a rule of thumb, you want to be around 30% of your limit. So whatever your limit is for that credit card, you want to be at 30% or less.
Okay. And one question in particular, they talk about conventional loans and FHA loans. Now, do you get, when you approach banks, are they FHA approved, or do you work with the FHA loans and VA loans as well?
We do all kinds of loans. We do FHA loans. We do different types of FHA loans. We do what is called a 2 or 3K loan, which it helps repairs on the house if necessary. So we also do what is called a $100 down HUD program, where if that home is owned by HUD, you only need $100 down on that house. So that's a good program. We also do conventional, of course, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. There's lots of programs. USDA we do, VA we also do. So we do a lot of loans. Actually, in the state of Indiana, we're the leading FHA lender, so we do a lot of volume for FHA. So,
okay. How about refinance on FHA? Do you guys do anything with that, or is that through a bank?
Sure, we do refinances as well all the time.
Okay. And you're from Greenwood, Indiana? Is that correct?
I live here in Lafayette,
Okay.
and we're looking for opening an office in Lafayette. I've been in Lafayette now for 3 years doing mortgages. I did mortgages prior to for a total of 13 years now. So.
Okay. Well, sounds very qualified and very experienced at doing it. It's been nice talking with
Thank
you.
you. Likewise.
Answering a few questions, kind of giving you a pre-approval process. At least the clients want to know some of the things you're going to ask for, and some of the things they can get in advance. So.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time. And again, it's Proof Mortgage. My number, if I can give
Sure.
that up, is 765-543-1823. And again, my name is Carrie Johnston. Thank
Okay,
you.
Jerry, it's been nice to have you.
Thank you.